Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So earlier this week, you might remember I shared some Fox News poll results, and it was basically what I shared in that video was how people were feeling about Donald Trump, his administration, and so forth, his policies. But they also asked about Elon Musk and DOGE, and the results were not great. Kind of like with Trump, the results were not good. Actually, worse than with Trump because Elon Musk and Doge are definitely not as popular as Trump, even though Trump isn't all that popular. But anyway, so there was also a new CNN poll which shows that Musk, on a personal level, is pretty much loathed by the vast majority of Americans. So I'm going to get into all these details. So, first of all, the Fox poll, they asked people, do you approve or disapprove of the job Elon Musk is doing working with the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE? 40% approve, 58% disapprove. So almost 6 out of 10 people. And check out the breakdown of the people who either strongly or somewhat approve versus those who strongly or somewhat disapprove. So poll respondents overwhelmingly said they strongly disapprove. 49% strongly disapprove. The next highest number for those on the podcast was strongly approve, but that was only at 26%. This is not good. This next one was pretty shocking considering that this is a Fox poll. They asked if the Trump administration is doing a good job of identifying and cutting wasteful government spending. So, they mentioned the Trump administration, but we all know that's what DOGE is supposed to be doing. So look at these numbers. A combined 56% said they're doing only a fair or poor job. So again, almost 6 in 10 people, a combined 44% said good or excellent. So, there are quite a few people who still think that it's good, but overwhelmingly, these are not good numbers. Fox also asked, how satisfied are you with the way things are going in the country today? They gave people 4 choices. So they said very satisfied, somewhat satisfied, not very satisfied, or not satisfied at all. Overall, 57% of the respondents said that they are not satisfied. And once again, the largest group said they are not satisfied at all. 40% gave that answer. Only 15% of these respondents said, yeah, I'm very satisfied. So, not good. These figures also are very similar to what was reported by Quinnipiac. This was done earlier this month. So, according to Quinnipiac's poll, 60% of registered voters disapprove of how DOGE is slashing and burning government employees. And 54% in that Quinnipiac poll said DOGE is doing more damage than good. Not good at all. These numbers are horrible, horrible, especially like we are so early on into the Trump administration. So this is not the success that Trump claims it to be, or other people in his administration, or everyone loves this. Yes, everyone wants to cut waste, fraud, and abuse. Absolutely, across the board. I don't care what political party you belong to. Everyone wants to do that. It's how you go about it that makes the difference. And all people see right now is fear and loathing, on the public side. And all they see on Trump's side is just cruelty, really cruelty and indifference. And then as for Elon Musk's personal approval rating, in 2017, he had a plus 24 approval rating. It is now negative 19 points. So it swung 43 points in the wrong direction. And check out this breakdown by party.
And look at among Democrats. He used to be beloved by Democrats at plus 35. Look where it is now, minus 91 points on the net favorable rating. That is a movement of over 120 points in the negative direction, falling through the floor. Now, among Republicans, he has gone up from plus 18 to plus 51, but that doesn't at all make up for the gap that the Democrats have completely fallen off the rails for Elon Musk. And among independents, the drop has been from plus 17 to minus 17.
And take a look at this next clip. This really explains why I personally believe Tesla is doomed long term. You know, I think even if they pull Musk out of the company and put somebody else in as CEO, I think that he has done so much long term damage to this brand. I don't think it can come back. I really don't. So check this out.
Who buys EVs? Look at this. The share of EV owners who are Republicans, just 20%. When you're falling with Democrats, falling with independents, you're giving up a large share of the market. And that is a big reason why Tesla is struggling. And Elon Musk is certainly at least driving a little bit of that.
It's almost as if pissing off the people who are most likely to buy your product is not a smart business move. Imagine. And I don't know if you guys heard, but Musk was on Fox last night and he was trying to do damage control. So he went on Brett Baer's show and he had some of the members of his boy band with him, the Backdoor Boys. And he said, quote, basically, no one has gotten fired. Yeah, he actually said that. Musk claims most of these government employees who are no longer government employees, they just took the buyout offer. So technically, you know, they weren't fired. First of all, no, you made it clear, like take the buyout offer or you're probably going to be fired. So a lot of people just did. And then second, it is complete BS to say, oh, basically no one was fired. They've fired tens of thousands of people already. And we know that there are tens of thousands more that are on their way out. I mean, you know, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. just said that he's going to fire around 10,000 people from the Health and Human Services Department. You know, the department that oversees Medicare and Medicaid. What could go wrong there? You know, and we know this for a fact. And how many people they fired because of all the lawsuits that have been filed against the Trump administration. And many of those terminations have had very dire consequences, which again is why Elon Musk and DOGE are not exactly everyone's favorite right now. You know, and not just for the fired employees, but the general public is feeling this. They are feeling these consequences of DOGE's actions, of Elon Musk's actions. Veterans especially are getting hit really hard. So take a look at this next video. This is about a veteran whose mental health counselor got doged.
I never want to hear another red hatter say that they support veterans.
I don't want to hear another thank you for your fucking service.
I
don't want to fucking hear it. I don't want to fucking hear it. You fuckers took my mental health care. The one thing that keeps me from killing people, from losing my goddamn mind. You took my goddamn peace of mind. You fuckers!
They fired his doctor, so they didn't tell us. Just waited until it was his appointment time, and then she never showed up. And then he called to find out where she was. He said she got fired. And this was his medication re-up appointment.
So truly horrific consequences for some people, life-threatening consequences for some people. And for Elon Musk to say, oh, basically no one got fired. And, you know, and I haven't heard anybody. I don't know why people hate me so much. There you go. There's, you know, your first piece of evidence, counselor. And then check out how their cuts are affecting previously homeless people, unhoused people, I guess we're supposed to say, homeless Americans including veterans.
We are learning that dozens of formerly homeless Hudson Valley residents, including veterans, are now facing homelessness yet again, and possible cuts to federal funding are being blamed.
This tiny two-bedroom apartment is Liz Albus's first home in 12 years.
He has lots of different things to help him regulate himself.
The 39-year-old disabled woman lives in Poughkeepsie with her 2-year-old son who has autism. Their $1,800 a month rent is mostly paid through a U.S. Housing and Urban Development grant. That is, until she got this letter on Monday.
Due to uncertainty surrounding federal funding, your rental assistance payments are expected to end as of April 1st.
What made you reach out to me?
Because I'm not in a good place mentally. Ever since I got the letter.
Liz's housing payments are managed by Hudson River Housing. No one was there when we stopped by, but the vice president of the Poughkeepsie nonprofit called me back and said roughly 33 people might lose their homes because a $360,000 HUD grant they got last year may not be renewed. News 12 has learned 3 of those people include formerly homeless veterans. HUD is facing massive layoffs and program cuts under the Trump administration.
So again, just cruel, callous, unnecessary. I mean, you heard the small dollar amount there. As if keeping these people with a roof over their heads, with this woman who's suffering from mental illness and has a child with autism, as if putting her out on the street is going to help this country. And think about it. We're putting veterans and people like her out on the street so that Trump can extend his massive tax cuts for his wealthy donors. That's it. That is why this is going on. This has nothing to do with waste, fraud, and abuse. Nothing whatsoever. Because consider this. They have a ton of government employees that they haven't fired, who they've put on administrative leave, which means you and I are still paying their salaries and they're not doing anything. We are literally paying people's salaries to go sit at home. How is that getting rid of waste? How is that helping to shore up our budget in America? How does that make any sense? So we're paying more and getting less services, kind of like health insurance, right? Every year the bill goes up and they cut back on what we get in exchange for it. They cut back on our services and what's covered. So the government has now become a health insurance company, essentially. That's how they're operating. I mean, gee, I wonder why this isn't more popular. Anyway, guys, I will let you all know if I hear any more or when I hear more. There is a lot more. I will have more reports on how this is all actually affecting people. So thank you so much for watching and listening. Please like, please share, and subscribe. Please donate if you can. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.